everyone. You are not going to believe this. This is actually insane. We just got our absolute first real look at Wuthering Waves version 3.0 gameplay. And it didn't come from a live stream, it didn't come from a dev blog, and there wasn't even a teaser countdown. Completely out of nowhere, PlayStation just casually dropped a full 6-minute gameplay video. No announcement, no warning, they just hit upload. And we aren't talking about some carefully edited, cropped cinematic trailer here. This is raw, straight up, full gameplay footage. We are looking at the two brand new characters, Mornye and Lynae, in action. We're seeing their full combat animations, their movement physics, their resonance bursts, and even actual exploration footage. But the leak didn't even stop there. The video also gave us our first look at new bosses, overhauled traversal systems, and massive environment upgrades, stuff that nobody expected to see this early in the cycle. So grab a drink, sit down, because today we are breaking down every single frame of this leak. Let's jump right into the first character shown, Mornye. Right from the jump, she looks incredibly polished. If you watch her basic attack string, her combos have this really satisfying, smooth acceleration to them. She starts off somewhat grounded, but the moment she transitions into her third hit, her tempo just kicks up a notch. There is zero stiffness in the rig and no weird animation gaps between inputs. It feels like she was designed specifically with clarity and speed in mind. Visually, her elemental effects look super refined. It's not messy and it's not overwhelming the screen with visual noise. Every slash has a clear identity to it. You can tell the developers wanted her to feel sharp and modern, almost like a clean DPS archetype who focuses on maintaining a consistent tempo rather than just dumping huge, chaotic explosions everywhere. Now, look at her skill. When she pops it, the camera dips slightly and the lighting around her shifts. In Wuthering Waves, that usually signals one of two things. It's either a stance change or a conditional follow-up window, like a mechanic where you get increased damage or a boosted attack immediately after casting. You can also see a specific energy effect gathering under her feet. It feels very deliberate, like a temporary buff or maybe a mode switch that strengthens her subsequent combos. And then we have her burst animation. That is where she gets flashy. There is a dramatic zoom in, the VFX bloom expands, and she hits the enemy with this crisp, high-impact finisher that looks like it just clears everything in front of her. But again, it's not chaotic, it's precise. This makes me think she's going to feel extremely satisfying as an on-field unit, especially for players who prefer clean, fast, and responsive characters. Moving on to Lynae, she is on a completely different level when it comes to style and flair. Her entire moveset looks like a hybrid between high-flying acrobatics and heavy weapon combat. She moves with this rhythmic flow that is honestly rare, even compared to the rest of the current Wuwa roster. Her normal attacks feel wide and sweeping, they have great range, smooth hit registration, and this almost dance-like motion to them. She looks like she's built to control space and manage crowds while staying constantly mobile. When she uses her scale, you can see a pulse-like effect that spreads outward from her model. That usually indicates a multi-hit sequence, or perhaps she's laying down a persistent elemental field. But then, we have to talk about the part that literally stole the entire preview. She pulls out a motorcycle. And let me be clear, this is not for a cutscene, and it's not just a quick animation for her burst. She uses it in actual real-time gameplay. We see her riding it, drifting around corners, accelerating off ramps, and then transitioning straight back into combat, using the bike as part of her attack animations. That mechanic alone makes her a contender for one of the coolest characters in the game, period. But the crazy part, the footage confirms you can actually enter a first-person mode while driving it. That is something I never expected Wuthering Waves to implement. The camera smoothness, the sense of speed, the freedom, it looks like a legitimate traversal feature, not just a gimmick. It adds a ton of personality to Lynae's kit. And her burst matches that energy. Tons of motion, swirling energy, and big sweeping finishers. It feels cinematic, but it's still readable, which is really hard to pull off. Somewhere between all these character showcases, the video drops a shot of a brand new mechanical boss. It has this armored exosuit aesthetic with very clean, defined attack patterns. The arena you fight it in has a darker, more industrial vibe, and the lighting engine looks like a solid upgrade compared to earlier versions of the game. The boss slams the ground, fires energy beams, and spins its arms. Everything about it looks fun to fight. It's not oversized and clumsy, it looks like a fast, mid-tier boss that is designed to keep the pressure on the player.
The visual polish of the environment really stands out here too. The shadows look sharper, the color grading feels way more balanced, and even the UI transitions look faster and snappier. You can tell the devs have been refining a lot of the core systems behind the scenes. The bike alone already elevates exploration, but even outside of Lynae, the world just feels more open and lively. The camera angles when moving seem to get smooth adjustments instead of rigid snaps. The terrain interaction looks cleaner, and the lighting in open-world areas seems much more natural. All of this combined makes version 3.0 look like a massive polish update. It's not just about adding more content, but about making the existing content feel significantly better. So the big question remains, which character should you pull in version 3.0? Honestly, based on what we just saw in this leak, both of them look incredibly strong and genuinely fun to play. Mornye gives you that clean, reliable on-field damage with sharp and satisfying animations. She looks like the kind of character you can slot into almost any team and see results. On the other hand, Lynae is a total style monster, flashy, unique, and probably built to do massive multi-target burst damage. Plus, she has the bike. Personally, I'm pulling both. As the meme says, both. Both is good. But I really want to know what you guys think. Now that we've actually seen them moving and fighting, are you Team Mornye or Team Lynae? Let me know your plans in the comments down below. That is all for the breakdown today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.